As you can see, Ollie doesn't do anything little. This is as big a train as you're going to see in the America's Hometown Express. And this particular boat, this particular train is here to collect food for our food pantry right here in Plymouth. And it's over the past years, 2 tons of food each and every year. So many people up and down the parade donate food here. So that's great. And, of course, Stop and Shop has been a big supporter. But let's hear it from Marty's GMC, who's been there with this for quite some time.
The impact that has had it's a 10-town area that is supported through that food bank. So, what they have been able to do to help families in need has just been absolutely incredible.
Granted, part of this parade is to create a float that represents a theme, an idea.
That's right.
Here, what an express train against hunger.
That's right. And it's given back.
That's right.
This is people's opportunity. We're all so grateful, but there's people that are still struggling.
That's right.
And this is certainly going to help those people not to struggle, certainly during the time of Thanksgiving and going into Christmas.
I know people aren't able to see down here necessarily, but as that train is going through the downtown area, children are just running after them to bring them cans of food. So it really is
tremendous. It's become a real key symbol here of America. Thanksgiving. What a time to give, and not just to receive.
And it's a statement about what the town of Plymouth is about. That's right. It's that people having the opportunity to give back to their neighbors. And we still have opportunity, too. And just, it's not just today that you have that chance. You can certainly donate to the Plymouth Food Pantry. They do so much for people, and people are struggling. And as you know, the cost of food keeps going up and up and up.
This is Donna's favorite, though.
Oh, here we go, Donna.
But Vinny, you got to describe this.
I don't have a reputation for loving the horses at all.
This is the Northeast Peso Fino horses. You're about to meet one of the most exciting breeds in North America today. The Peso Fino. The Peso Fino, the mount of the Spanish conquistadores, and that wasn't easy to say, has proud ties to the glorious past and the prospect of an even greater future, as this elegant, smooth-gaited breed captures the hearts of the horse lovers everywhere for over 500 years.
Well, they've captured Donna's at least, not for 500. But
well, I think I'm showing amazing restraint, considering that I'm staying in my chair here and doing my job. Yes, but you can tell we're actually nearing the end of this wonderful parade today when we see the Victorian Church and the Victorian carolers come. As we start to, we still celebrate history. We're now starting to give a nod to the holiday season.
And what a staple in America's Victorian history, the staple of the church, the role of the church to voluntarily serve their communities. That's something that was the history of this nation. That individuals didn't just stay within the four walls of that church, but got out into the community. And we have many people from many churches volunteering here today.
Including folks from New England Teen Challenge from Brockton. So it's a number of groups that have come together, and they have been singing to our visitors all through the town as they've been walking along today.
And as we, this is, a lot about the holidays is about tradition, and is what speaks more about tradition than going to church on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day,
or the caroling, going door to door. That used to be a neighborhood thing. You'd just go and you'd knock on someone's door and sing. I want you to do that, Vinny. I want you to just kind of go and.
If you take
I think they'd be calling the police if I started singing outside.
Okay, if I go on the unicycle and you're on the
Vinny
horse,
will sing.
You're on the Peso Fino.
Or the Clydesdale, either one I'd be fine.
Clydesdale, that would be
I can be sitting up next to the Dalmatian. I'd be quite happy there. Now, talking about traditions, this weekend has become such a community tradition for all of us, and it really starts to lead us into our holiday celebration. No matter what our family or our community traditions are, it's just a wonderful time of year to be able to celebrate and really reflect on the year and on everything we have in our lives.
And Christmas that transition of going to Thanksgiving into Christmas, it's a very short season, of course. That shopping season encroaching more and more on Thanksgiving. But let's just blend them together. Let's just blend them together and say, you know what? There's a transition taking place. And you know what? Our parade does the same thing. And transitions here as we go on. We have a banner, of course, saying peace on earth, goodwill toward men, the famous Christmas passage. And then we had some more old colony cars. And then the Saints Brigade coming up, Drum and Bugle Corps from Port Chester, New York. We'll listen to them as they come through. And, of course, they are going to set the tone
for the
final
next.
end and the big float that is Donna's favorite as well.
I have a lot of favorites.
You do.
See, I'm fun to watch the parade with.
And these people are being sponsored by Setting the Space. Right here in America's Hometown is one of our new sponsors, Setting the Space. Staging, interior designs, and one of two of the many services provided by this company. And they've got a downtown store and one over at Colony Place, and really have an eye for...
Colony Place, another one of our sponsors.
Okay, right here, and then we have on the...
and there we have the sleigh.
And they're being serenaded.
That's right. And in this sleigh is Barbara D. Russo's granddaughters, which will be riding in the sleigh. Barbara was with us on Saturday night at the Senior Drum and Bugle Court. She's one of the coordinators. And her three grandchildren are Bella, Nina, and Sophia.
And of course, we have some characters here that are introducing here our final float.
And I see our transition going from Thanksgiving into the Christmas holidays.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's going to snow, but it might.
Now here's somebody we always love.
Yes.
At any age.
And of course, this St. Nicholas is Richard Clark.
That's right.
And we'd like to thank the Independence Mall as well, who have always helped to support either, whether it be St. Nick or the big teddy bear coming to visit with us at the end of the parade every year.
Yes, of course.
Look at how beautiful that is.
Incredible floats. And
a great shot that is. That's very good.
And for that, I would like to thank for our coverage here through PACTV. We are very excited to be able to bring the parade to people in America's hometown and across the country every year. We couldn't do what we do without the amazing volunteers that we have in our organization. We're a nonprofit group as well. We have a very talented group of young folks, as you know, people of every age working with us to bring the parade home to you. If you are watching us live, thank you so much for joining us today, and make sure you check out some of the behind-the-scenes fun either on Facebook or on Twitter. You can take a look at hashtag USA Thanksgiving or a hashtag PACTV Media.
And Donna, to you and your team for all that you do over at PACTV. You have been here again since the inception to getting this out there, and over a period of time, I think this notoriety is what's made this such an incredible parade.
And then imagine that you drop a little idea. Let's move back to the waterfront, and look what they do. They pull that whole thing together,
and look what happened.
I know, phenomenal. But I do appreciate you and your husband and everybody that works so hard at PACTV, because you are such an important part of our community, and we love the fact that you are now living in our community as well.
That's good. And
well,
of course,
thank you. We are.
And this little studio became like a living room, so that's good.
That's right.
Yes, it did, and our tent did not even blow away. Look at that. But we really enjoyed being back down on the waterfront. There are some people that we'd like to thank too, in addition to our wonderful volunteers. Everybody at America's Hometown Thanksgiving celebration. It's become such a wonderful partnership over the years. We'd like to thank Randy Price. We'd like to thank all of his team at WCVB. They were more than gracious and wonderful to us when we went to visit this week. We'd like to thank Tom Glick from the Boston Athletic Association and Robert Wheeler, an amazing young man who were both willing to talk with us, as well as Deborah Gallo, who has been a support through America's Hometown through us as we've been doing all of this coverage.
Yes, and all the volunteers that work behind the scenes. I mean, it's amazing. You count them up, there's hundreds and hundreds of volunteers.
Hundreds of
people.
To
be able to serve this many people that came.
And now I'll just take an opportunity to brag on my brother. As we know, Ollie's been the heart and soul behind this, keeping this thing alive and working, and he puts hours and hours into it, and the sacrifice for his family. But he just really believes.
And another successful, amazing
event.
A very
good parade. And, as you were saying with Ollie, that not only is the inspiration, the design, but he really does pull every loose end together. That's what the key amount is, and I think people really recognize that. They respect it. But, of course, in working, he sets the inspiration for all those volunteers.
That's right, and they certainly, people will volunteer when they see you volunteering, giving your time, and that's what he's consistently done. And so we're proud in the town of Plymouth to have such a great event, and we're certainly, as a brother, I'm proud of his time and effort to make this a reality for this community, because I think we've become an important place to be on the weekend before Thanksgiving. So
that's very good. America's Hometown Thanksgiving. We have another year and a very successful one.
And it's not over yet. There's so much more, and we're just leading into Thanksgiving week. So again, whether you are watching us live here today on the beautiful Plymouth waterfront, or if you are watching us in replays over Thanksgiving weekend, we really thank you for joining us and for supporting America's Hometown Thanksgiving, and just taking the opportunity to celebrate the history, to celebrate what we have and who we are.
Heritage is something that when people share that, it unites them. It doesn't matter how different you are. When you go back to the heritage and the history and say, "Hey, we are Americans. This is our heritage. Let's celebrate that."
That's right.
And that brings people together. Again, the living room concept. That's right. Can't get away from it. But it's
Are we going to remarket America's Hometown, America's Living Room?
But anyway, it's been wonderful, Donna. We love you putting all this together, all the details. All we do is come and sit down and just have a great time. So it's very good.
And thank you for everything both of you offer us and partnering with us for this coverage. We really enjoy it. So I think with that, from all of us here at America's Hometown, we'd like to bring Thanksgiving to your hometown. Wish you all a healthy, happy holiday season.
Amen.
Thank you.
Merry Thanksgiving.